Is this a square? How do you know it's a square? 4 equal sides, okay? So if I put that there and that there, is that still a square? Why? I need to add pieces right down here. Okay. Now is it a square? So let's start over. Okay. And like that was just like looking at what we were doing, right? Just looking at shapes and talking about shapes, right? So let's make it a little bit more mathy. What if I tell you the length of this side is x? Can you tell me the area of this square? X squared, right? Because if this side is x, this side is also x, right? And to find area, we say length times width, right? Okay. Is this also x and this also x? Okay. So I'm going to tell you one of these. What do you think this length is right here? X. But what do you think this width is right here? Can I tell you? It's 1. We're going to call it 1. Okay? Now, I can't line up a bunch of these this way and figure out what x is. That's not the whole idea behind these. Okay? But it's good enough for you to know that this is x and this is 1. Okay? So the area of that is x squared. Okay? So now, what if I put these back here? Here and here. What is the length of this side? X plus 3, right? I can't just say x3 because that implies multiplication, and that's not what's happening, right? This distance is an x, and this is a 1, and a 1, and a 1, so x plus 3. Well, what's this length right here? So isn't that proof that it's a square? Even if we wondered before, isn't that proof that it's a square? Okay. So what I have to figure out is how many yellows am I putting in? Right? Because what if I did this? I would need more yellows, right? But what's the length of this side? X plus 5 and x plus 5, right? Okay. So let's go back to this one. You told me, well, first of all, how many of each do I have? I have an x squared. What's the area of one of these green ones? X, right? Because it's x times 1. How many of the green ones do I have? 6. So isn't that 6x? So if we're talking about area, I want to figure out how many yellow ones I have to put in here to actually make the square. You okay with that? Because like by adding all the areas together, shouldn't that give me the whole equation if I put all the areas together, if I'm trying to find the whole area? Yeah? Okay. So this is x squared. This is an x, an x, an x, an x, an x, and an x because the area is length times width and it's x times 1. So I have 6 x's. So what I'm trying to figure out is what goes in that space. How many yellows do I need? Well, I could literally count them, right? But I'm not going to have these algebra tiles with me every single day. Nor do I really want them. Because first of all, you would throw them at each other. Yes, you would. Okay? That's why I'm doing it up here and we're not doing it individually. Okay? But there has to be an easy way for me to figure out this without having to count every time. Oh, there is? Oh, there is. Okay. So let's see if we can figure out what it is. Guys, why did I take my 6 x's and do that to them? Why didn't I do like that? That's not a square, right? So what did I do mathematically? What did I do with my green ones? I divided them in half, didn't I? Put half of them here and half of them here. I heard some really good guesses, just for the record. Okay, so I took whatever my coefficient was for my x's and I divided it in half, right? Guys, what's the shape right here that I have to fill in for the yellows?